Hello, children. I once again welcome you to study the second part of the chapter, The Tiger King by Kalki. In this second part, we are going to discuss important questions. As you know, in the first part, we discussed the introduction, theme, and the summary of the chapter. Now, in the second part, we will discuss important questions and answers from this chapter, and I have tried to include all the details and the important points from this chapter, and these questions are important from the examination point of view also. I hope these question answers will be extremely useful for all the students. Question number 1. Why did the Maharaja decide to get married? Now the answer: when the Maharaja grew up, he started tiger hunting. He had resolved to kill 100 tigers. Within 10 years, he killed 70 tigers. During this period, he had only been thinking about killing tigers. After killing 70 tigers, the Maharaja was not getting any tiger to kill in his kingdom. So he decided to get married to a royal princess in whose kingdom there was a large tiger population. Now the question number 2. Why was the Maharaja so anxious to kill the 100th tiger? The answer: the Maharaja had killed 99 tigers. If he could kill one more tiger, he would have no fear of being killed by a tiger. Then he would give up tiger hunting altogether. Moreover, he had to be extremely careful with the last tiger, as the chief astrologer had foretold. Now, question number 3. What was the happy news which dispelled the Maharaja's gloom? Now the answer: there was information that sheep were disappearing frequently from a hillside village. It was believed that there must be a tiger who was devouring the sheep. It was an indication of the presence of a tiger near the village. Now the Maharaja could kill the 100th tiger. He was so happy that he exempted the villagers from paying the land tax for next 3 years. Question number 4. What sort of hunts did the Maharaja offer to organize for the high-ranking British officer? What trait of the officer does it reveal? The answer: the Maharaja was prepared to organize any other hunt, a boar hunt, a mouse hunt, a mosquito hunt for the British officer. But a tiger hunt was impossible. The officer actually did not want to hunt or kill tiger himself. He just wanted to be photographed with a gun in his hand and his foot on a dead tiger. It shows his hypocrisy. Now the question number 5. How did the Tiger King's Diwan prove to be resourceful? Answer: after the Maharaja had killed 99 tigers, no more tigers were left. After some time, there were indications of the presence of a tiger in the forest of a village. The king went there but did not find any tiger even after waiting for many days. the Maharaja became desperate. Many officers lost their jobs. Then the Diwan brought the tiger that he had hidden in his house and left it near the Maharaja's camp so that he could kill it. He had brought this tiger from the People's Park in Madras. Now the question number 6. How did the Maharaja manage to retain his kingdom? Answer. The Maharaja had to please the high-ranking British officer, as he had not allowed him to hunt tiger in his kingdom. The Maharaja sent 50 diamond rings to the officer's wife. He had thought that she would keep 2 or 3 rings, but she kept all the 50 rings and sent a note of thanks. The rings had cost him 3 lakh rupees. Thus he was able to retain his kingdom. Question number 7. Why was the Maharaja once in danger of losing his kingdom? Answer. A high-ranking British officer came to his kingdom. He wanted to hunt tigers in the forest of Pratibandhapuram, but the Maharaja refused him the permission. He did not allow him even to take photograph with a dead tiger. Since he had prevented a high-ranking British officer from fulfilling his desire, he was in danger of losing his throne. Question number 8. How did the Tiger King celebrate his victory over the killing of the 100th tiger? Answer. The Maharaja thought that he had killed the 100th tiger. He was overcome with elation, which means extreme joy and happiness. He ordered the tiger to be brought to the capital in grand procession. It was buried and a tomb was erected over it. Now, question number 9. Did the Tiger King actually kill the 100th tiger? Explain. The answer. The Tiger King had shot at the tiger, but the bullet had missed its mark. The tiger had collapsed from the shock. It was alive. His officers did not tell him that his bullet had missed the mark, so they killed the tiger. Thus we see that the Tiger King did not actually kill the 100th tiger. Now the question number 10. How did the chief astrologer's prediction prove true? Answer. The king and his son were playing with the wooden tiger. The wooden tiger was made by an unskilled craftsman. It had rough surface. A sliver pierced the king's hand. The infection flared up, and within 4 days the king died. It was indeed a tiger, though a wooden one, that caused the Maharaja's death. Moreover, the Maharaja was not able to kill 100 tigers. Thus, the prediction of the chief astrologer proved true. Now, question number 11. Why was it a celebration time for all the tigers inhabiting Pratibandhapuram? Answer. It was a celebration time for all the tigers of Pratibandhapuram, as the Maharaja had banned tiger hunting in his state. Except the Maharaja, no one was allowed to hunt tigers. It was proclaimed that if anyone found hunting tiger, all his property and wealth would be seized. Now the question number 12. How was the Prince Jilani Jang Bahadur brought up? Answer. Crown Prince Jilani Jang Jang Bahadur grew taller and stronger day by day. He drank the milk of an English cow. He was brought up by an English nanny and was tutored in English by an Englishman. He saw nothing but English films. Now question number 13. What dangers did the Tiger King face during his tiger hunt? Answer. The Maharaja had to face some dangers during the tiger hunt. There were times when his bullet missed its mark. Once a tiger leapt upon him. He fought the violent beast with his bare hands. Each time it was the Maharaja who won. Now one detailed question. Question number 14. The story is a satire on the conceit of those in power. How does the author employ the literary device of dramatic irony in the story? The answer. The story The Tiger King is a supreme example of dramatic irony. The character acts in a way grossly inappropriate to the actual circumstances or expects the opposite of what the fate holds in store for him. The writer Kalki has done a very dexterous use of dramatic irony in the story. After killing the first tiger, the king flaunts its dead body before the astrologer to show that he is more powerful than the tiger. However, the astrologer warns the king that he should be careful with the 100th tiger. The king chooses to prove the astrologer wrong once again and makes frantic efforts to kill 100 tigers. Thus, having shot at the old tiger, the Tiger King believes that he has killed the 100th tiger. But the reader as well as the king's officers soon come to know that the tiger was not dead but had fainted because of the shock. The king feels happy about killing the tiger, but in reality, he is ignorant of his ironical fate. The prediction proves right, and a mere splinter from wooden tiger's body causes his dramatic death. Quite ironically, the 100th tiger kills the king instead, and the astrologer's prediction stands vindicated. Now the last question, 15th question. How would you describe the behavior of the Maharaja's minions towards him? Do you find them truly sincere towards him, or they are driven by fear when they obey him? Do you find a similarity in today's political order? The answer. The behavior of the Maharaja's minions towards him is driven by fear. They are flatterers. Most of them were scared of the Maharaja and tried to keep him in good humor by obeying him and his orders. They did not dare to disobey him, as his displeasure could mean loss of their jobs or even loss of their lives. The astrologer was afraid to predict his death. He spoke the truth when the Maharaja told him to speak without fear. The Diwan did not go against the wishes of the Maharaja. He did not persuade him not to kill so many innocent tigers. When the Maharaja could not find the 100th tiger, he presented the tiger which he had hidden in his house. He wished to satisfy the whims of his Maharaja. The hunters also did not tell him that he had missed his mark and the tiger was alive. They feared that they might lose their jobs. Even the shopkeeper quoted a higher price of the wooden tiger, lest he should be punished for selling something cheap to the king. So it is evident that the king's minions were driven by fear. They were not sincere towards the ruler. We find such situations in today's political order. We know that many of the people are in power because of their influence. We see the politicians lie prostrate before their master to flatter them. So these were the important questions from the chapter, The Tiger King. I hope all the students will be benefited by this. Thank you very much.